There is so much discontent, and one thinks an ideology is going to solve everything, even banish discontent, which of course it can never do. Politics, religion, or any other organized conditioning can never do away with discontent. One tries every way to smother it, shape it, give it content, but discontent is always there. To be discontented, one thinks is wrong, normally not right, and yet one cannot do away with it. It has to be understood. To understand is not to condemn. Be aware of it as it operates during the day. Perceive its ways and be alone with it. Freedom comes when the mind is alone. Keep the mind still, free of all thought. Without any struggle, be aware and let the mind be still. There is frustration as long as one is seeking fulfillment. The pleasure of fulfillment is a constant desire, and we want the continuity of that pleasure. The ending of that pleasure is frustration, in which there is pain. Again, the mind seeks fulfillment in different directions, and again it meets frustration. This frustration is the movement of self-consciousness, which is isolation, separation, loneliness. From this, the mind wants to escape again into some form of fulfillment. The struggle to fulfill brings the conflict of duality. When the mind sees the futility or truth of fulfillment, in which there is always frustration, then only can the mind be in that state of loneliness from which there is no escape. When the mind is in this state of loneliness, without any escape, then only is there freedom from it. Separation exists because of the desire to fulfill. Frustration is separation. No shocks must ever take place, even fleeting ones. These psychological reactions affect the body with adverse effects. Be very strong inwardly, be firm and clear, be complete. Don't try to be complete, be complete. Don't depend on anyone, on anything, any experience or memory. The dependence on the past, however pleasant, only prevents the completeness of the present. Be aware and let that awareness be intact, unbroken, even if it is for a minute. To have a body that will not be subject to any illness is important. You must easily put aside all the pleasurable memories and images so that your mind is free, uncontaminated for the real thing. Every experience, every thought must end each day, each minute, as it arises, so that the mind does not put out roots into the future. This is really important, for this is true freedom. Thus, there is no dependence, for dependence brings pain, affecting the physical and breeding psychological resistance, and resistance creates problems to achieve, to become perfect, and so on. In seeking is involved struggle, effort, endeavor. The implication of struggle, effort, is vast. Why does one seek? Why does the mind everlastingly seek? And what makes it seek? Do you know, or are you aware that you are seeking? Do you see the meaning of the search, with its frustrations and pain? In the finding of something very gratifying, there is stagnation, with its joys and fears, with its progress and becoming. If you are aware that you are seeking, is it possible for the mind not to seek? And if the mind does not seek, what is the first actual reaction of a mind that does not seek? I saw someone who was dying. How frightened we are of death. What we are frightened of is living. We don't know how to live. We know sorrow, and death is only the final sorrow. We divide life as living and dying. Then there must be the ache of death, with its separation, loneliness, and isolation. Life and death are one movement, not isolated states. Living is dying, dying to everything, to be reborn every day. This is not a theoretical statement, but a fact to be lived and experienced. It is will, this constant desire to be, that completely destroys the simple being. This being is unaware of the self. A drug, an interest, an absorption, a complete identification can bring about a desired state, which is still self-consciousness. True being is the cessation of the will. Play around with these thoughts and experiment happily.